E a gente volta a falar sobre a cúpula em Bruxelas que vai reunir chefes de Estado da Europa e da América Latina. Os europeus correm para fazer frente à China, que em 20 anos se tornou a maior parceira comercial dos países latino-americanos. É o que diz o pesquisador do Instituto Internacional de Estudos Estratégicos, Juan Pablo Medina Bickel, em entrevista ao nosso correspondente em Londres, Leão Serva.
Nas 2 últimas décadas, a China se tornou o principal parceiro estratégico de todas as economias latino-americanas, principalmente Brasil, Chile, Paraguai, Argentina, Nicarágua. É possível a Europa recuperar o tempo perdido?
I think there is a space because we are now also seeing new challenges and needs in the global economy, which is the clean energy transition. And in that sense, we have new investors, new needs in the US, in Europe, in China, and also need for investments in Latin America. Right now, Latin America understands that it's not only getting money, but also what to do with that money, how to increase social and economic and sustainable development. And I think on that side, the European investment is much more aware of the needs, if we can say.
Na semana passada, em Paris, o presidente Lula fez críticas muito fortes às instituições internacionais. O Banco Mundial, o FMI, a ONU mesmo e especialmente, como ele tem feito, o Conselho de Segurança da ONU. Isso é uma posição isolada do Lula ou isso pode ser uma marca da reunião de cúpula de julho entre Comunidade Europeia e América Latina?
If we look at Latin America over the past 2 decades, there have been continuous critics to the great power order in a way. So we've seen that in 2006 when the BRICS bloc was created as a way to counter the power, the economic power of the G7, let's say. And we saw in Paris last week, even Emmanuel Macron saying himself that these institutions of international institutions and multilateral institutions were created and established responding to dynamics that are no longer needed in a way, because that was for after the Second World War. It's not only happening within the French government. Even this week, the Foreign Secretary of the UK said publicly that we need greater changes in the United Nations systems. For example, increasing the number of countries in the Security Council, and countries specifically from developing countries. This is something that Lula has been pushing for over the past 2 decades, for example. So yes, this summit comes with more common ground that will certainly increase communication and dialogue.
Há em segmentos conservadores da opinião pública brasileira sempre o argumento de que as pressões ambientalistas internacionais são no sentido de uma proteção econômica, medo do agronegócio brasileiro. É possível imaginar que o Brasil consiga driblar essas pressões internacionais pela redução do desmatamento?
In Brazil, to reduce deforestation, it not only needs more restrictions or needs from the consuming side, it has to be also domestically. And what I said, even though no new advancements have been made in the recent months on the Mercosur agreement, the EU is already implementing environmental laws that directly affect the trade with Mercosur, because when deforestation is on the table, then we can consider soybeans, for example, we can consider cattle. So I think Brazil has to realize also that, and Europe, that not everything depends on this agreement, but the whole scheme of laws and institutional frameworks that both blocs have.